is everyone doing? Okay, you guys, come on in. Give me a sec though, because I'm feeling like I just want to throw in a hat. So come on in. Thank you. Hi everyone. Hey. I threw on a hat today. Hi. Come on through. No, that's why I'm going live now on my YouTube channel. I was already told, Spirit already told me to come on here. Hi everyone. So glad that you guys are coming. So today, yes, if you guys don't know, I'm full blown up in my pregnancy, okay? And I don't know what I'm having yet. My husband and I don't know what we're having, but I wanted to come on here to chit chat with y'all, to do a card pull and to work on some energy. Thank you. I'm so excited to see you guys. So I had a couple of downloads. First off, if this is your first time coming to the live, let me get a 1, okay? Let me get a 1 in the chat because I want to see who else knew. What's going on? Hey, I'm not open for personal readings right now, as you all know, and I'll address that too. Thank you for coming. Okay, good, cool. So yes, I wanted to come on and do some card pulls, some readings. So hopefully you can get what you need through this. But if you are old, if you're my newbies, if you've been around, if you family, you know, everybody's family, but if you've been around, you know, thank you for coming back. So one of the things I want to talk about is a couple of downloads that I did receive. And yeah, a couple of things I'm super excited to talk about. And I want to talk about protection. I want to talk about readings and a lot of other things. So we're going to be touching on a couple of different things. Yes, I know. Everyone's like, I miss you. Where have you been? So I took some time to kind of just come into my pregnancy, come into just breathing, not really reading, not really doing anything. I'm so grateful and so thankful that a lot of you have been excited about this pregnancy. I am too. So I'm actually going to be uploading my registry and things like that, because a lot of you ask, how can I send gifts for the baby? How can I do this? So I'm gonna upload everything and we're gonna go through that, and I'll put the link. So thank you. I wanted to throw on a hat today because I was like, oh, I need my hair done. But I wanted to throw on a hat. So anyways, first off, I'm grateful and I'm thankful. I kind of want to get a gauge about the community tonight. So I am back, and I'm going to be going, Align with Ariana is just going to be, you guys will see, it's first off, Align with Ariana is not about specifically just aligning with me, okay? Because I am a medium. However, I refer to myself as a seer because I'm able to see in multiple different levels, okay? Through the current energy, through sometimes futures. A lot of my readings have been very futuristic. I mean, I can't recall how many reviews that I have gotten back from people that was like, oh my gosh, you said this was going to happen and it happened. However, I don't take credit for that. I like the fact that I am a seer, okay? That I listen to the divine, I let the divine guide me. However, at this time, I'm not really tapping into deep readings right now, especially for a lot of you people that have been asking me about readings for especially those that have passed or moved on from this life cycle and moved on into another life cycle through another space and time. I'm not offering any readings, so I want you guys to be cautious of people that are scams, okay? So if you are logging on to my Instagram channel, many of you follow me on Instagram, but many of you are just now starting to follow me. I want to make sure you guys know that it is Align with Ariana. There are a lot of accounts that might say Align with Ariana _1 or Align with Ariana 1, Align with Ariana 100 or 000. No, I have my one and only name, Align with Ariana. There are no other accounts that I run and that I operate with, okay? So if you are following the other accounts, they are fake, okay? They are not me. They are scamming. They are sending out messages trying to get you guys to pay for readings. And at this time, I'm not available for readings, okay? But I do want to offer you guys some clarity today with life purpose readings and getting more directions and going into more deeper into your spirituality. One of the things that I did want to talk to you guys about, okay, because I did woke up out of my dream. I was in like this dream, and through my dream, like in the middle of the night, I got a whole like spiritual protection spell, okay, that my ancestors gave me that needed to happen. So I just took it as a fair warning that at this time, please be cautious, use discernment, and double up on your protection this season, right now, this week, this month, okay? This is going to be a month of protection because we have so much energy. So many of you are walking into your new awakening, your consciousness, right? You are trying to grow. And let's see, here we go. You are trying to grow. You are trying to expand. You are trying to learn more about your soul development. What does it look like? What route should I take? What should I do? And how should I go about these things, right? So I really want you to use discernment, especially during this time, to understand that, number one, please look into things, but also let's go dive deeper into what I mean. One of the things that I wanted to talk to you guys about was vegan, okay? I've been vegan for over 3 years, about 4 years, maybe even 5. I lost track. So I've been vegan for about 4 to 5 years, and I wanted to talk to you guys because I did post a vegan video on how you can cook vegan food. But initially, remember, as we're going through this soul journey that on, your knowledge and the way you think about things and how you grow will expand with you. It will expand the way you're growing. It will expand the route that you're taking and the pace that you're moving. So one of the things that I wanted to talk to you guys about was the vegan movement, okay, and how that is taking place. A lot of you are transitioning. A lot of you are saying, I think it's time for me to go vegan. I think it's time for me to try new healthy eating options. So I am vegan, but I don't want you guys to be misled, and I also don't want to put my opinions into this. However, through my spiritual journey as being vegan, listen, I started my spiritual journey and back in like 2015, when I was coming into my awakening, and throughout my spiritual journey, I have learned and I have gained a lot of stuff. Now, on that process, it led me to being vegan. So I started to be a vegan, like I said, around 2016, right before I had my daughter. And I started my vegan journey. Now, I was a vegetarian. First off, I was a pescatarian for a year. And then I went to a vegetarian for like a month, not even a full like month. It was like 3 weeks. And then I switched to being vegan. It was easy for me to make a transition because I wasn't a big meat eater anyway. I didn't like to eat like a lot of meat. But it was easy for me to make that transition. So I love the process of being vegan. But now I am noticing, like now I'm on my spiritual journey, like I'm full steam ahead. I am noticing that a lot of people want to switch into this vegan lifestyle without really understanding everything. And I'm also noticing that a lot of people that do switch to vegan lifestyles, they're more judgmental, okay? And I know when I first started off on my vegan journey, listen, I was very judgmental. You couldn't tell me anything. I was like, oh, you eat meat and da-da-da this and you're that. And especially, you could ask my husband. I gave him the rundown. But we're still married, still strong. but it was really, really hard. Yes, you guys, make sure you hit the thumbs up button, like this video, make sure it shares and spread to help the community to grow, because that's what we're about. Because I want to make sure we're attracting the right tribe and family to our community. Listen, as soon as I get into like the deep, everyone's live, I want to make sure y'all coming back on, because as soon as I get into the deep conversations, my lives, they just get cut off. Let's see. And plus, okay, plus I do live in the country. I live in the country, so it could be an internet issues, but everyone else is, make sure everyone else is okay, right? Everyone's back. Okay, we're good. I promise you, as soon as when I get deep into these conversations where we're breaking things down about how you can grow in your spirituality and not just trying to keep you deadlocked, because in reality, life and all these things that are coming up are trying to keep your spirit and your soul deadlocked. And for me, I'm a realist, okay? I can't just like come on here and just pretend to just be something. It's a lot of people out there that's for that, but I just can't do that. That's not me. And that's not what this channel is about. This channel is about you growing on all levels. So that's why I want to break down everything, okay? Okay, so we're back. So let's get it. So throughout the vegan journey, like I said, I'm noticing this big push, this heavy energy on veganism, about why it's important to not eat meat and why it's important. And then I've also noticed that being in a community of or sometimes when I would go into communities where there was vegans, a lot of vegans, there was a lot of judgment, okay? Even on my behalf, you know, like when I first started my journey, a lot of vegans tend to judge other people very heavily and very hard on the way they eat vegan, if it's not raw vegan, if it's not alkaline vegan, if it's, everyone feels like they have this right way of how you should do things. And I don't believe that. I believe that in your own spirituality, in your own path, and you finding who you are as a divine soul, as a sovereign soul, that you should connect with what feels good to your soul. And if it's working for you, continue to do that. But if there is something that needs to be tweaked or changed, try something new. And I've noticed, like for me, and I wanted to talk about this because I just felt like a lot of people could relate within this whole path. Like I've said, I've been vegan. And now when I first, with this child that I'm carrying here, I did crave meat for the first trimester that I was carrying this child. I did not eat meat, but I was craving it. However, no, wait, I did try fish, and I tell you, I will not go back to fish because it was very, very hard. I tried it once and I had a nightmare. Why? Because at that time when I had a fish, I had fresh, raw, like fresh, not raw, but fresh fish. And it was a horrible experience for me, a horrible experience. So I know that's something that I will not be partaking in. However, I want you to consider that when you do transition, or if you are considering transition to being vegan, I want you to consider that it's all about your totality of what feels good of your spirit. You are in control of what is guiding you in your system. And I don't want you to fall into all of these different groups, because in reality, they're forming these like religious beliefs or these concepts to make you seem like if you're not involved in this, then you're not spiritual enough. You get what I'm saying? If you're not, can I get an ashe today? Y'all know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of people that say, well, if you're not vegan, you're not spiritual. If you're not alkaline vegan, you're not spiritual. If you're not raw vegan, you're not spiritual. And I don't want spirituality to equate to lifestyle and eating, okay? And tell me if you guys have experienced this, if you have experienced this process. Now, I do believe, for me, that I won't be eating flesh. Now, like, we're supposed to be getting these chickens. We're going to be raising them. I won't be eating, I don't think eating flesh is for me. But, however, I don't necessarily disagree with you guys not being vegan. I just don't, that's just not me. I think the issue comes in what is happening with process of foods, okay? Because a lot of people go over to vegan and then they substitute their vegan food, and their vegan food has soy, and the vegan food has harmful produce within the processed foods, like soy, like all of these crazy ingredients. When you look them up, you're just like, what is this? What is this big long word, and why am I putting this in my body? Okay, they have processed animal protein, processed plant protein. They have all of these. One of my favorites that I see, that it's not my favorite, but literally when I see it, I'm like, oh really? Like, oh, tapokia or tapokia starch or something, like tapioca starch. That's what it is. And they put in all these starches and the corns and these sugars and all these fake additives into your foods, even as a vegan. And soy and processed plant protein and things like that are not as good in how they're marketing. You guys have to pay attention to the movement. So my spirit has been guiding me like, yo, you have to watch this, because the movement is being like, oh, if you're not vegan, you're going to die. If you're not eating plants, you're going to die. You need to eat to live and not live to eat, or whatever or live to eat, vice versa, not eat to live. So you have to watch where their trends are going, where the market is going. How is it that fast food companies that are naturally known to not be healthy are now promoting veganism? And then when you look at some of the companies that produce the vegan products, there's some of your top companies like Tyson. Okay, I'm not going to put anybody up under the bus, but I'm going to throw out a few names. You have these big major companies that they do not care about the vegan lifestyle at all, but they are promoting it. So you really have to start to think consciously, you guys. I am triggering you, and I hope this triggers you to think for yourself, to really become an awakened being where you are being guided by your intuition and your soul, and not by trends, not by people that are relying on trends, not relying on me even as a medium, because some people want readings from psychics, and not it sometimes it disables their ability to use their own tuition, to use their own guidance, to use their own support. Hi, baby, you want to say hi? No? Yes, okay. Say hi. Hi. He just woke up too from his nap. My daughter did too. They both woke up from their nap. So a lot of people are not using their own inner guidance and their own inner system. They're relying too much on the support of what's happening. And newsflash, you guys, if you haven't followed me on Instagram, like I said, thumbs up this video and follow me on Instagram at Align with Ariana. That's my only page. But Align with Ariana. And I trigger you guys to really start accessing that thought process, because we're really moving into this time. I don't know if you guys was there like a couple of weeks ago. I did this reading, a channel reading about the city of New York. And then a lot of my followers were telling me, oh, they just issued an ordinance over the city of New York for certain things that you had to have. They were forcing you guys to have them. And I'm like, wow, because the reading that I didn't have an idea about the city of New York. I was just channeling Mother Gaia. I was channeling the energy, and she informed me that that city was very much under attack. So when you guys comment, when you share, when you like this video, it helps the algorithm so you guys can follow this information and you won't be lost. Because what we're moving into is a time where you no longer can rely on the support of or the information of what is being given to you to the public through your news channel, through media outlets, things like that. You have people like me that spend a lot of time in their spiritual journey or just learning things through their path, and we are helping to push this awakening. And you too, you can help to push this awakening into a new beginning, into this new path, into this new journey. I want to read some of the comments here. Let's see. Let's see. Thank you so much, Ariana. Please subscribe. Thank you. Barbados has had a large, let's see if it comes up here, has had a large Rastafarian community since the 70s, so it's nothing new. Also, we have a Nubian community that many of us are vegan and still eating fish, but on a minimal level. Absolutely. Listen. Thanks, Jay, for putting that in there. I appreciate it. Listen, when you, I do agree with, like, if you do eat for both, if you switch to vegan, if you do, you know, if you're not vegan and you want to go to meat. However, I think the concern and the issue comes into place with the chemicals that are in the food. That a lot of the chemicals that are in the food now is so tainted. Even in processed foods, you have to understand where the seeds come from. A lot of the seeds in the vegan community, or just plants in general, they are already chemically produced. So if you are not getting, and I don't want to go through the organic versus non-organic because that's a whole different conversation, but if you are getting seeds in general, if you're eating fruits from the grocery store, a lot of those fruits and vegetables are contaminated already because I don't know if you guys knew about Big Pharma, right? And what was going on before Big Pharma. They had the what is the plant thing? It was a plant seed that they were that was known to, they were sprinkling out. I forgot the official name for it. Probably shouldn't say the official name anyway, even though I forgot it. But it was the official plant seeding name. And the companies had this, remember, it was in a green, I don't know if you guys remember, but it was in a green bottle or green label. And they used to go around and talk about these new seeds that they had that was, you know, growing organic. What they did, they bought a lot of farmers out of their seeds. They actually forced, it was a big plan back in the early 2000s, probably even, early 2000s. They had forced a lot of your natural farmers to use their seeds, and these seeds were already put as far as a new agenda. Okay, it was already been in motion. This was already starting. So this was back in the early 2000s. I can't remember the official name of it. I remember the labeling and what it looked like. It was a green bottle. But this was just, they had lawsuits out of the, like, going crazy because they were going to the farmers and putting the farmers out of business with contracts. And they were saying that they had to use their seeds. Anyway, they forced their seeds. They forced a lot of the farmers to use these seeds. These seeds are genetically engineered process. They were already working through this process a long time ago. So then when it comes up now there's a whole vegan movement. You have to start to begin to think, what is pushing the agenda? And like I said, when you look at the people that are producing some of these produce, some of these items, they are the same people that create meat. So you have to really start to begin to think for yourself, you guys. Think about your awakening process. Now, I think for me, if you grow your own foods using proper seeds, because there are still some people, ethically farms, that produce and have their own seeds and they sell them. So I think that if you naturally connect with that energy and grow your own things, and you maybe raise your own animals and you use and eat your own animals, or if you choose not to, I think that you will be more sustained. What this boils down to is really when I got the download that a lot of people really need to set up a lifestyle of sustainability, of being able to support yourself, being able to support your family, because it's terrible. They have, listen, someone said, I watched the video on how they keep fresh meat pink, and it was disgusting. It's pretty terrible. It's so many chemicals in the foods. Now, I don't think that it's an argument over whether to be vegan or not. I think it's an argument over, should I eat these processed foods or should I go and have my own farm and raise my own animals. There's a huge difference there. Because you are feeding your animals. You know what you're putting in them. You know you're not using chemicals. It's completely different. However, with processed foods, I think that's where the conversation really needs to happen, about being educated on the process of things and how that's happening, okay? So I don't want to spend too much time on it, but I really am here, like I said, hold on, you guys. Let's see. Thank you guys for all of those that are supporting, that are doing the super chat and sending things my way. I appreciate it. I love you guys. But I think this is a really deep, heavy conversation. Let me know in the comments if you have experience or if you thought about going vegan, but you have some questions, because I do want to answer your questions here too. Thank you so much, everyone that is showing some love in the chat. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Listen, if you guys want me to go live more, just let me know. Because I really like live. But another thing that transitioned for me was I took my daughter out of school. She's homeschooled 100%. Me. So I'm in full mommy mode. Yes, and talk to your elders. My great aunt is pushing 95 at 5, and I asked her the secret to reaching. Oh, wait a minute. It came off. I wanted to read that. Into reaching such an age without health ailments, she said food is key, but food today is trash. Absolutely. Shout out to grandma, okay? The food that they had available and accessible to them at the time has completely changed, right? And this is not a video to deter you from going vegan. Listen, like I said, I've been vegan 4 or 5 years. I'm still vegan. However, I'm really reconsidering not being vegan. One of the reasons is why, because I am getting chickens on my farm. So we have land now, and it took me a long time to kind of consider this, but I'm ready. We want to get some chickens and we're going to raise them. I do want you guys to know that it's not about, this is not a video to deter you to be vegan at all. But use wisdom. A lot of people, like I said, expect this when you go in the vegan community. There's a lot of judgment. That's off top. And that's one thing I didn't like. As being vegan, because I would hear people, like, even though I did it in the beginning of my process, because who doesn't judge? Like, even when you're coming into your spiritual awakening process, you're like, oh, you don't meditate, you don't like crystals, ooh, what are you doing? Like, you're judgmental, right? I just want you guys to just be more informed, because I've noticed that my process has changed. I went from being judgmental vegan to now the vegan that just like, no, it is not making sense. It's not adding up. So I start to question. I really want you to question on your spiritual journey. Thank you guys for liking the video so we can share it. But I really want you to question your awakening process, okay? Someone said, I stay out of the vegan community. I'm vegetarian. I eat and I feel what my body wants. Absolutely. Like I said, I'm considering going back to like vegetarian, but it's also because I will be having my own animals. These will not be like, we're going to get one goat, okay? And we're going to get chickens, and that's it. I'm not going to eat, I don't think I'm going to partake in any flesh as far as like cutting the chickens and eating the chickens and, but I will probably eat the eggs and more than likely have goat milk. In this process, knowing that I'm raising it. Exactly. If you want to transition, you can slowly move away. If chicken is your thing, go for oyster mushrooms instead. It's a process, so much to learn. Absolutely. If you do want to transition to, veganism, I say do your research. I did a lot of research on my vegan journey. Listen, I was the alkaline vegan. I was the plant-based vegan. But I want you to be very cautious that a lot of the foods, that if you are not growing your own fruits and vegetables, if you are not, raising your own things, a lot of the vegan, the plants, the vegetables, the fruits, they're tainted, okay? They're tainted with chemicals. I don't care if you get organic or not. They're still tainted. You have to be cautious that if you're going to the grocery store to get that, that fruit, that vegetable, they have some sort of chemical in it, whether it's organic or not. Even though organic does have lesser chemicals in it, it still has chemicals in it. Okay. It still has a seed in it. Some of them say, no GMO, but you have to think about the project. It's called the GMO project. It's called a project for a reason. I want you guys to think. Listen, projects are created for you to have an ending or completion to something. So this is not even about the food. Let's think about the agenda. Projects are used to have a creation, a process to something. And even if you study any spiritual tribe that goes back to the Dogons and all of these different religion systems, a lot of them still have a form or way of eating some sort of flesh. Now, I didn't say I was going to eat flesh. I didn't say flesh might be for you. I'm saying please use your own internal system to help guide you for your path. Because your path is not going to look like anyone else's path. And what you may need, if you're vegan, I highly suggest even me being vegan. I want to encourage, vegans out there to stop being so judgmental on how people choose to put what they want to choose in their body. Because ultimately, it is a choice to your life. It is a choice to your inner system, to your guidance. To be fully aware. Now let's get into one of these other energies. I want to talk about protective energies, and I also want to do card readings. So shout out to the people that's coming in the building. A lot of you have been asking if I'm doing readings at this time. I'm not doing any readings at this time. My bookings are closed. However, I'm going to be coming on doing these live sessions. So hopefully these can help you. I want to help calling the energy of spirit to guide. I usually don't use cards because I am a seer, and cards sometimes I connect with them, sometimes I don't. So, but I was feeling the energy for today. Hi everyone, come on in, thumbs up the video, and thanks for sharing. Let's call in the energy of spirit to show and help guide and lead people on their purpose and their path. So remember, as you are entering into this new journey of self and becoming more self-aware, you are finding new things out there, right? You might be in a process where you don't want to work for anyone. You want to work for yourself, but you don't know what to do. You want to do, you kind of want to take more control of your reality. Let me know if you're in the comments and you want to take more control of your reality. Okay? I'm getting a yes. I'm getting a hi. Yes. What about Corona? I can't say the word. When will it end? Yes, 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 yes. So like I said, follow me on my Instagram because I do a lot more. I go more in detail because I don't like to get censored, okay? Because it defeats the purpose. If I'm getting censored to get messages out, they will not get there the way it needs to. Okay. Yes, okay. So if you want to know more about how to control your own reality, let's get more into this because this is the topic we're about to talk about. Let's pull some energy cards here. Where spirit is guiding you the most at right now. I just saw something. If I lost it, I lost it. Yes, I did. Okay, so one of the things here, okay, some of you are being guided to take your time to decide on something that's new, your heart's desire. And this is exactly what I was feeling, that some of you are feeling like you want to move more into being in control of your reality, taking control. As we know, times are changing and things are not the same. And it's harder to rely on what we see. It's harder to rely on what we may be used to. It's better right now to rely on your gut. So it's very important that you make decisions based on your heart's desire right now. Spirit is calling you to move into your heart's desire at this time, knowing that, that it is very important to follow your intuition and take the time. And as I begin to talk to you about how time changes and how the series of numbers open up a code to your development. And that's why I say at each level, okay, you know how people say that at each level there's a new devil. Each level there's a new level of operation. As you grow in your spirituality, like I said before, or your journey and just awakening your soul, you are going to go through different times. Different times call for different things. So as you're going through that process, your body has codes, okay? So those codes begin to unlock at each phase. So you might have a code that unlocks at this phase. You might have a code that unlocks at another phase. Each phase requires a different code for your body to unlock or to develop or to grow. So at this time, Spirit is saying that it's very important for you to take the time that you need to decide what it is that you want. Being clear in your process of evolution is very important. And also being clear in cleaning out things that are no longer necessary, and also around the home. What it does, it also brings a layer of protection. So if you're feeling like you lack protection at this time, Spirit is saying that you need to make choices based on your heart's decision, your heart's desire. Many of you could be coming into a conscious awakening where you are seeing a lot of numbers at this time. You're seeing your angels are just communicating through a lot of repetitiveness right now. Okay, they're wanting you to see things on a multi-dimensional level. And that's crazy that I had talked about veganism. And like, I'm vegan, so I don't want y'all to think that I'm clowning or dogging vegans. Like, no, don't be vegan. I'm just saying use your wisdom, because a lot of the stuff like soy and all that stuff is not good. But Spirit is saying, Spirit wants you to think of yourself as a multi-dimensional being. So not just in one way, but being connected to all things. And that's probably why meat came up in the conversation, because meat is still a part of the connectiveness of Spirit. Spirit does create all. So Spirit is also guiding you to connect with your heart's desire, being connected to each and every one and each and everything, okay? Also, Spirit is saying, one of the things that came up here, we got an oracle card here. It lets me know that some of you probably need to work more so with your spirit guides, okay? So calling in that energy for discerning answers or guidance more often. This also tells me that many of you are open to listen to guidance of Spirit, okay? So at this time, Spirit is also saying use discerning, okay? Because the oracle cards came up as a message. Use this time as a discerning time. Let's see what you're overcoming. Though you're open and though your spirit is growing, make sure you're discerning the right messages for you in your path, okay? I want to read this comment here that I just saw. Native Americans believe connected to each and everything living thing. Absolutely. Now, I don't know if you guys have know this about me, but I have a lot of Native American in my heritage, a lot in my blood. And like literally very close to my great-grandmother. And then I also have Geechee in my bloodline, and that also is a connectiveness to being connected to all things. It's a part of life, okay? That's just, like I said, it's not to push anything on you, but yes, the connectiveness. Now, let me say this. Let me see what the last card is about what you are overcoming or what you need to know. Okay. Let's see. I had a jumper, but that wasn't it. These are it. Okay. Couple of things that Spirit is guiding you to at this right time. Many of you have lacked the ability to be free or to think for yourself or to follow your own rule book, your own playbook. So Spirit is saying right now you are free to choose whatever it is that you desire. So whatever your little heart desires. So one of the things that Geechee, I know people who got Gucci. No, I'm Geechee. I have Geechee in my family, but I also have a lot of Native American in my family as well. And my husband does too. Yes, my family is already pressuring me to get the shot. I'm not getting it. Yeah, that's a whole another conversation. You guys know I talk about that on my other channel. Yeah. Okay, so listen. Spirit is saying you are free to do what you choose at this time. I'm feeling like a lot of you live in controlled or confined environments where you have maybe in the past allowed others to make decisions for you, or you have not had a lot of willpower, a lot of strength, a lot of things that have created you to be strong to make decisions of your own. So I feel like at this time you're being called to your own freedom and to listening to your own inner voice, to trusting in that path. And I'm seeing a lot of sacral connections, or your sacral plexus, not solar plexus, but sacral chakra being connected to you, and trusting your intuition to guide you. And this is very strong. I'm also seeing that a lot of you need to connect with your angels. But as I connect with this energy, I'm seeing that divine timing will play a role for you to step into your newness, okay? Because some of y'all are really stepping into this new energy. And I want to say this. If many of you have been on the fence about considering some sort of counseling, some sort of therapy, some sort of something where you're talking to someone, I highly suggest that you consider to move forward with that option, because Spirit is showing me as you're needing more advice in the realm to how to navigate, okay? How to navigate this time, how to navigate people around you, how to listen to your inner voice, your spirit, your angels, your guides, your ancestors, how to really follow that path of awakening. And then some of you, I get that a lot of you can get clear messages if you just sit down and be still and listen to what Spirit is guiding you towards. That's showing up here. So I want to pick up the card that flew out here. I just knew it wasn't connected. So let's see. You know, a lot of you really need to take this time. Some of you are confused and you don't know what to believe, okay? Some of you, shout out to 444, okay. Thank you for all of those that are here, that are supporting me. You know, a lot of you need to take the time to decide, because I'm seeing a lot of you being confused about this time. You're hearing news from so many places and people, you don't know how to use your own inner voice. You don't know how to discern what is for you and what's not for you. Listen, everything that everyone says, I want you to put it in a place of where it fits in your life. And literally, it doesn't mean to take anything and everything that everyone is saying. It's meant for you to use your own discernment, because I'm getting that some of you are in a place and you don't know exactly what route to take. Spirituality, your journey is not one route. It's multiple routes. It goes on so many different, like, roller coasters. Like, you're here one minute, the next minute you're there. Like, it's on so many roller coasters. And I'm getting that a lot of you just don't know what to follow anymore. But this is really the time for you to connect with your angels. Talk to your angels, connect with your angels, your guides. And that's one of the reasons why I came out with the message, because I was talking to my guides and I just thought it was, you know, I thought you guys could relate in some sort of way if it fit in your life, if this was something that was fitting for you. Wow. Now, if many of you also will be getting messages through your dream state, as far as like your ancestors speaking to you, which is so funny because I got woke up by a dream. I don't know if I told y'all. I didn't tell y'all the dream, of course, because that's for me. But I got woke up out of my dream, and I was in this deep, deep dream, and my ancestors were communicating, showing certain things to me that I never knew about in my dream. So many of you need to pay attention more so to your dreams. I want to see what this other energy that I feel. Okay, that's what I'm feeling. Leadership. A lot of you need to just begin to take charge in your life. And what you're going to see unfold is you're going to see things kind of make their own path and make their own way. So Spirit is saying at this time, take leadership into your own role. Take charge into your situations, because if you don't know exactly what to do or how to move, it's because you're not taking charge. You are following so many different things, you just don't know what to listen to anymore. That's why the oracle cards came here as learning how to use discernment. So taking control in your own life, deciding and creating your own reality, and then understanding that time, okay? Everything takes time. As this energy comes up, one of the things that I want to point out that's very key here is that a lot of you have the ability to connect with spirit, but don't deny yourself of your own spirit by listening to what other people's spirit guide them towards. Okay, so don't deny your own spirit, your own personal system, your own guidance, just because you hear someone that you love or that you support, and they're guiding you some different way. So listen to your own inner guidance. A lot of you need to do, like I said, some heavy protection at this time, because I'm sensing that a lot of things are coming up from this energy. One of the things that I want to talk really quickly about is making sure that if you are aware of your ancestors, or making yourself aware and initiating that process to call them forward, to ask your ancestors to not open the way, but just to support you in your process, to support you. Because some of you might not know who your ancestors are, how to activate them, or all those certain things. So ask them to support you at this time. If you don't know exactly what to do with your ancestors, how to start a conversation, ask them to support you, because you're needing that emotional and spiritual support at this time. And one final card here. I'm going to take those that fell because I felt a deep connection. So these might be actually things that you can do at this time, okay? One of the things is speaking, using your throat chakra more. You please feel entitled to access that more. Music, expression, creativity. Spirit saying this is the time for you to be more creative and express yourself to others and connect with others in crystals. These are going to be the 3 modalities to help you activate yourself, okay? So these are the modalities to help you activate yourself. I was feeling like you needed something else, and it came out in the power of 3. As you know, the power of 3 is connected to spirit. It's connected to mind, body, soul, and it's also connected into the process of your soul completion, okay? Not necessarily like the number 7, but like your soul, the Trinity effect, okay? The Trinity, spirit connecting into your oneness. So many of you do need to be connected in your Trinity effect. So Spirit is saying these are going to be the modalities that you can use at this time. Number 1, speaking, or connecting more so with people through speaking, using your creativity through music or expression, or healing others. It could be through Reiki. It could be through some sort of sounding connection. You could use Reiki at this time. And then also crystals, gemstones. They're good for channeling some energy for you. I have one of my favorites here. But actually I have a lot of them here. I got a ton of crystals. Use all different kind of crystals, ones that you connect with, to bring about your change or your shift. This is going to help you come more so into that leadership position, to that spot of moving into your creating your own reality at this time. Spend a lot of time studying, gaining knowledge about what you need for you and your path. Guys, let's see. I had the urge to learn how to work with singing bowls. Ooh, isn't it fun? I have some singing bowls here that I absolutely love. It's like something I just do in the morning when my daughter and I do a meditation circle. Sometimes she likes it, sometimes she doesn't. But I do the singing bowl, and it's just like, it's something that you want to connect with in sound and in truth. So I know you guys haven't been here, and I'm back. So you guys have to let me know in the comments on my community section what sort of videos y'all would like to see, okay? A lot of you like the channeling videos. You like for me to channel the readings. If you want to do more readings, whatever it is, please, 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 please make sure that you leave a comment in the community tab on what you would like to see. If you would like to see more readings, if you want to see more channeling. However, channeling is like far few in between, because I'm not doing channeling. I haven't opened myself up there. I don't want to open up this soul. This soul is so beautiful to channeling. So, just let me know in the comments. And then also, if you want to know more videos about spiritual awakening, how you can go through your process, your journey. Listen, like I said, everyone's journey is different. So I really want to tell you that follow your own path, okay? Listen to your own spiritual guidance. Anyways, please share this video, like, subscribe. As you all know, I love you. Peace, love, why do?